realized I forgot to hit the start the recording button, son of a bitch. Some of that's going to be off the record. Alright, anyway, so... I don't know how much wasn't recorded. That's quite the bastard.
Nothing was.
No, most stuff was recorded. So I stopped it at. We might have gone half an hour in without actually recording anything. Son of a bitch.
Bitch of son.
Anyway, I'm getting used to this new half-hour recording scheme, though. So bear with me. Okay, so Crane, you're gonna try to go there, but you're gonna get stopped by the overcaptain because he's curious at what you are. It's like, you're interesting. I've never seen anything like you around. What are you?
Can I poke you?
Can I poke you?
No, he's not like that.
I guess I go, in your human tongue, I guess you will call me a mantis man.
It's like, so you come from the deserts of the south.
That is correct.
It's like, not much comes out of that land. What made you decide to leave that hellscape?
All the deserts.
Yeah. It's like, reasonable reason. So that's it, and then he just goes back to sitting down. It's like, that's all he wanted to know. Everything else is just, whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to your room, and you're going to try to dissect that liver.
You're in my room, you mean?
Okay, I don't even know where his room was. I think it's like there, somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
so
That's exactly
Let me start sectioning them out then.
My room is...
There, now it's sectioned out. So, Niltaor's room is at the very bottom. Or is that your room? Well, you gotta make up your mind which room you're in.
all the time.
Okay, so yeah, your room's at the bottom, so he was in the right room.
I don't even know anymore.
Crane, go to the bottom room, damn it.
Crane goes in the top. Wait, Crane goes in the bottom room or which room?
This is
Crane was the bottom,
there.
Spicoli was
This is
middle,
the room.
Niltaor was the top.
Okay.
Spicoli was the bottom.
I thought Niltaor was the bottom. Yeah, Niltaor was in your room down there, or was it up there? I don't even know anymore.
First time, no, Rick, the first time we used that was Spicoli, Niltaor middle, me bottom. But since I moved to the house...
Yeah, so Crane moved into your room. Okay, that makes sense.
Who's the tank? What's the priest?
I don't know, it's the mage. Okay. I didn't ask you who the mage is. Who's the tank? One class at a time. Anyway, so you now have... So you have your own... You're in your room and you have your own private time. Nobody's really caring now.
Good.
So describe this to me. You're just going to take out the liver and you're going to put it on the table and you're just going to cut it open?
Yes. I take out the liver, put it on the table, and then I guess I the cloth on my face so I don't breathe it in. A wet cloth.
Okay, so you even have, let's see, wet cloth. You don't have cloth and you don't have really running water in there.
Cloth. Like from my bed or something.
So you have to use, so you're going to use some of your bed sheets to do that. And secondly, you're going to use you have to use your own water from the canteen in order to do that. Which is, that would reduce your, I'm going to reduce your water, so it's down to like 5.8, so 0.2 liters is what you're going to use. Maybe less. I don't know, does 0.2 liters seem reasonable, or is 0.1 liters?
I mean, basically just make it wet, like completely
Okay,
red.
we'll do 0.1 then. So you use 0.1 liters of water. So, tenth of a liter, and that's how much water you use on it.
Yeah.
So you wet the cloth, put it on your mouth, and then you're going to cut this thing open, or what are you going to do with it?
I guess I start like gently dissecting it.
Okay. Question. Okay, so you have no idea how anatomy of a troll's liver. Wait. Okay, so let's establish this is a kidney, right?
Kidney.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is a kidney. So you're cutting open a kidney, and you have no idea. It seems like a normal kidney, but it's like anatomy is not your thing. So animal dissection is your thing. So you're basing this off of, it's just like any other animal. This thing looks like a kidney, so I think it'll work like a kidney.
Yeah. That's all I need to know.
So what exactly is... Okay, so it's on the table, you have your knife out. Where do you start cutting?
I guess I start from, like, the top, where I probably, like, sewn together, like... Yeah, so it doesn't have ooze with shit all over the place.
Okay, so I thought you already did that. You sewed together both pipe ends so that it doesn't bleed its goop all over the inside of your backpack.
Yeah, so then I
those are still sewn shut.
Yeah, I loosened one of the edges, and then I slowly cut it up from there.
As soon as you loosen one of the edges, a lot of goop and shit just gets all over the table.
Good, I'm making progress.
Okay, goop smell. Really bad. Travels outside the room. Yes. So you hear Lancemaster and the guy's coughing from outside. And then Lancemaster, like, he taps a spear against him with, like, the side of where your room wall connects to the outside. It's like, what the hell are you doing in there? What the hell is that smell?
I'm preparing my gear. I recommend not coming in here.
It's like, yeah, we'll do that. Is it bad enough where it... No, it's not bad enough where it'll drift all the way to, like, say, in Heartflame and the bar.
It'll probably burn the smell if it reaches Heartflame.
Yeah. Still, one of those... Yeah, it smells really bad.
And then all of the gases catch fire and it all...
I don't know, you don't want to do an open flame in there. That'd suck. Anyway, so it stinks real bad. The goop is on the table. Now what?
Well,
see what
then
the fuck you can make.
Yeah, I just... I take this vial and I take some of the poison I already have and mix it and see what happens.
What type of reaction are we talking? We're talking violent reaction. So... You have one chance to try and throw that thing, and that is a strength throw. Because this thing is vibrating violently in your hand.
Oh fuck. Okay, strength. Let's see here.
First, you gotta roll strength. Second, you gotta roll accuracy.
Okay, so...
The strength. Go.
Okay, so you succeeded on the strength roll. Let's see your accuracy. So... Okay, so if you had to dispose of this thing really fast and out of place, away from you, where would you throw it?
I guess out the window.
Okay, so...
Wait, how many windows do you
So
have?
he has one window. He has one window here, so he's going to throw it out that window at a diagonal so that it doesn't hit the bar.
Yes, somewhere over there.
And worst possible reaction, great.
Oh shit.
The whole
So it hits that area, and the goop starts to basically act like acid, and it starts to eat into the ground.
Holy shit, this is awesome.
Okay, so you're thinking this is awesome, but what's happening is now there's a... Hold on, I have to draw it in green. So now there's a nice green crater where you threw the vial. It's basically sinking, it's basically eating into the earth.
You have created the bottomless pit.
Yes.
No,
Is it bottomless? No, it's not bottomless. The acid will eventually wear itself out.
Research.
Is there pure water at the bottom?
Is there what?
Crane, you know what you should have said?
Is there water at the bottom? No, there's no water. It's just it absorbs into the earth, and then now what's left is a smoking hole where there once was a piece of dirt.
Ah, the hell pits.
Hey, Crane, you know what you should have said instead of preparing your gear?
Oh,
Science.
science.
I'm doing
Anyway.
science.
So, okay, so you just figured out, okay, if I combine the troll's innards with my poisons I've already made, it apparently makes some sort of acid.
That
But,
explodes.
how much, let's see. You're pretty sure you can make a proper dose, but you're going to need something stronger than these glass vials to contain it.
Actually, you can use it like a bomb almost. You can mix it together and
Yeah,
throw
but
it.
his problem is not that he can make it. The problem is that he needs something stronger to contain it. His little glass
contain
vials aren't going to do it.
What if I use the kidney sack? Kind of make
Turn the kidney say.
vile-looking thing of it.
That is assuming it doesn't inflate and explode by just a combination of fluids.
It's organic. It wouldn't work.
kind of blown up and then...
Yeah, I mean, glass is the stronger than the flesh. Let's see, it's...
Yeah, but the
Well,
liver contained the
Yeah, but it's the
It already
medicinal
contains
Humans-
strange liquid, so potentially it could work.
Humans secrete
I don't know,
a
that's all.
mucus that's acid resistant, so
Yeah. So I guess, well, yeah, you could go by that experiment. Let's see, is this genetic
But it's
knowledge
not
like over
human.
here? So this is like, this comes down to mad experimentation, which is, alright, so that didn't work when I put it in the vial. Maybe I should just try mixing this thing inside of its kidney.
It might not work because it's not human. It's a troll. I
It's a
think.
troll. Well, it might work
Well,
because it's
every
not
animal-
human.
Every animal that eats things has acid in its body.
But like I said, it's it might work because it's not a human, it's a troll, and maybe their flesh is tougher than that of a human's.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to really find out, and that's to try
Yeah,
it. Just
try it out.
stick your poison into it and see if the acid creation will actually come out.
Science.
So that is a what? That's intelligence. So you're trying to intelligently combine this liquid inside of this kidney and seeing if it works. This is above a 5. Yeah, you better.
Oh yeah.
So it inflates a little, but it seems like it's not going to inflate any further. Like, you know, whatever acidic creation is in here is staying within the kidney. So now you're holding it, like, instead of horizontally, now you're holding it, like, the end that spat out the liquid is now vertical, and so now you're just pouring your poisons into it. Then you're seeing that the sac is starting to inflate a little, but it doesn't really... So yeah, try not to get that on anything.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
But there is a problem, though,
Uh-oh.
and that's, test your reaction, test your dexterity. So, dexterity, what are we going for? Okay, so you notice that the other end starts to unstitch itself because the acid's starting to burn through the wiring that you used to seal the other end.
Oh
I'm-
shit.
So
I'm
you
gonna be
quickly
right
get the other end in your hand and seal it off, but not before a little bit of acid falls into the ground of your...
Oh no.
Yeah, so that burns some nice holes into the wood on the ground. So, not too bad, but it is pretty noticeable that you've been experimenting in here with something that just burnt the wood.
Science? Question
So,
mark?
science. So yeah, you have it, like, you're holding it horizontally and you're holding the ends up so that the whatever acid is in there is staying in there. But yeah, you just damaged the floor.
Oh, I guess I'll hunt.
So now your bigger problem is, okay, so your rope you used to secure it did not work. So now you need to find some other way to seal this thing.
tie the tube.
There's a lot of time going into this.
Oh my god.
Not really, it's only been like 10 minutes. It's not a lot of
How
time.
am I supposed to do that? I guess...
I don't know, why don't you just tie the ends with
Oh,
its own
yeah.
flesh?
I just said that.
Okay, yeah, that's Deadly's idea. Why don't you just tie the edges? Why don't you just tie the ends? Is there enough flesh there? Not really. You're going to stretch it a little bit, but good chance you'll tie the ends.
Okay, I'll try.
That's also dex. So let's see how your dexterity is. So you're using 2 of your arms to hold it, and then you're trying to use the other 2 arms to tie it. Oh, alright, well there you go. So
Jesus.
you easily tie the ends, and now you have this sack full of acidic, but you lose, you emptied your vials, so now they're dirty again.
Oh.
So you have a troll kidney plus acid solution.
Yeah.
However the hell you're going to use that. So you lost all of your crippling poison, and now you just have 4 vials.
Can I wash my other vials while I'm at it?
Okay, so that would use... How much water would you need to wash each vial? Not a liter, so that's too much. Maybe like 0.1 each.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's 2 more vials, so you're down to 5.7. So you're fine. So now you have this troll kidney full of whatever that is. Alright, so now on to Spicoli. He went inside. What are you doing?
I'm asking about like the area and how people are surviving based off. I don't see many animals or farms.
They're not really talking too much because these are the new arrivals. They have no idea how it works around here.
I'm mostly talking to Brelog.
Okay, Relog's over there. Yeah.
Well,
you're at Marky's, so you're in Marky's area and Rafraka's area. Even Rafraka doesn't know how things work around here.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he lives here and he doesn't know how things work around here. It's like, I don't know how these people are making food and water and stuff.
You've been.
What?
Hold on.
Rafrako also has been away for 6 days.
He's been away for a while.
Brelog told me.
Yeah, so Brelog's the one who knows most of these things because Brelog he doesn't go anywhere. His whole purpose of existence is to manage this thing.
I haven't met you before. What's your name?
I've been there. You have met me before. Not that I have. Wait, hold on. Has it? Yeah, we were at the same fight during the Civil War. Oh wait, no, I wasn't. Oh wait, no, I was. I was there during that, wasn't I?
No, I believe
You
you're
were in the
unstable.
building hiding with
Oh yeah, I was with the civilians. Okay, so you've never met me before. Got it.
I've not met you.
It's like, alright, yeah. Introductions. I am Rafrako. I would say a monk, but I'm not really. I'm more of an outcast. You're gonna see a lot of that around here. Just, Marky over there, he's a paladin, but he's not really a paladin. Just, since the paladin order has been kicked out, Thorin over, he's like pointing at Thorin. Thorin over there, he's a barbarian, but he's just not really. He's something else. I don't even know anymore. He's something.
So what do you do around here?
It's like whatever I can, just whatever I have to.
I heal the wounded. I, try to grow.
It's like not much of that around here. There's plenty of wounded sitting right there, so.
And I just conjure some good berries. These will heal them for a little bit, depending on how many they eat.
Okay, so
And
let's see.
from
So you're just
higher
gonna pass them around?
to higher to low, or
Say what?
so like there's some injuries that have higher value over others.
Okay, yeah, because there's a lot of people. There's a couple people. Some of them you can't really heal because some of them are missing limbs. Like, some people are cut off at the knee. Some of them, like at least some of them have, like they're missing part of their arm, part of their hands, like missing parts of their limbs.
They also
Say what?
Well, do they have their limbs with them?
No, because the spiders ate them. The spiders ate the
spiders.
pieces of the limbs.
Oh, spiders were eating the limbs. Shit.
they also get the head, so.
I'm sure if we travel to somewhere there's a higher level of people with knowledge of artificial limbs.
Yeah, that's not right now though. So
Eventually, I said. But people who still need the healing more than others.
okay, so which is pretty much everyone sitting near you. 'Cause
Shit. Then. Okay, so how many injured do we have here?
all of them, 7.
I'm asking for the number. I don't,
7.
I'm not counting. Okay. So
You gotta
7.
learn to count. This is like right in front of you.
No, but I'm looking at the spells.
Okay.
The one I have 4.
Yeah,
I
Goodberry
can-
summons 10. Am I right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna summon 20 good berries
Okay, so
and pass out. Let's
that's
say
2. How many of those? So spell slots. That's counting or not?
That's 2 level 1.
All right, so this is more for record keeping. Why I keep asking that is because remember it's recorded, and if we can go back to the recording and we try and see if we did proper technique.
I give 2 to each one, and then
Okay, so that's 14. So you have 6 extra.
and then there's one person who doesn't get an extra one.
Okay, so It's definitely enough to like you see that the wounds are closing, and now they're definitely able to just sit normally, not like crashed against the wall or the floor.
They should be able to walk with, well, those who have.
Yeah. Good thing they didn't hear that much. They're more grateful that you helped them, but it's like they didn't hear the remark of, at least they can walk, and it's like, oh.
Well, those with the.
Yeah, those with full legs. Okay, so
So
besides picking them up, what else are you gonna do?
I'm gonna ask if. Well, hold on. Is there any areas in which there's a large population of animals I can commune with?
Are you talking to the civilians?
I'm talking to Refracto.
Okay,
Because
so
I just killed the civilians.
it's like, oh, animals. Well, there's a stable over there, and you could always go just walk in the woods. Of course, you know the things in the woods.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just wondering what the town has as for animals wise.
Okay, it's like, don't ask me. Ask the stable hand. He's the one that keeps track of all these things.
I'll go meet him then.
So I pointed in a direction. I hope you. Let's see. So you did catch on the direction. You'll be fine just walking there.
Okay, yeah, I leave and follow to that direction. That should have taken the same time Cream.
So to reestablish, it's Thorin. You were the one who was there, and you learned that the Isha's father had been working on a compendium that had the basic knowledge he needed to survive in this wilderness, which included everything from blacksmithing, swordsmanship, archery, you name it. And this was considered a massive threat to the cities because they didn't want people out here knowing these things. They wanted them ignorant. It's a danger enough just allowing, like, Tukri to be a blacksmith. Because if she gets too good, they'll want to stop her. Because, now you're making weapons and armor and things like that. Anyway, so Spicoli, are you actually going to go to the stables, or are you just going to...
Yes, I am going to the stables to meet the
Move
stables.
yourself to the stables, it's over there.
Hold on. Let me try... Here?
Okay, so... Still outside the
Where's the
stables.
entrance?
Entrance is top.
Here?
Yeah, so...
Okay. No.
So you
knock
arrive,
and then-
doors... There is no door, it's really just an opening.
So kind of like a barn.
Yeah, this barn.
Open barn.
Yeah, so you walk by a couple mules. He's tending to some of the ones that came back from the spider. They look horribly malnourished.
Oh my. Good
So-
berries can nourish those.
Okay. How many spell slots do you have?
I have 4 first level spell slots.
Okay, so...
They're first level
So
spell
it's,
slots.
so the stable hand's like, I have this in hand, I don't need any of your help. And so we don't want to, it's like, we don't want to heal them too fast because then we might have issues later. So, like, he's working on the Mastiff, just patching up. Like, he looks like he's got a nasty cut on his leg. And he apparently knows that, you're trying to heal something, so he knows, is that not suspicious?
Well, Spicoli says to... What's his name?
He doesn't have one. He doesn't tell, and he's not going to tell you either. He doesn't care. It's like, my name's not important. You probably wouldn't remember it anyway. That's why I stopped saying it after a while. To anybody that asked me.
Well, stable master,
So...
you can't remove me from this area, for I have a deep love for animals, and I can't let animals suffer as long as I am here.
It's like, but they're not suffering. They're not crying out in pain, are they?
But they do look as if in discomfort.
It's like, he looks at the dog, and the dog just kind of, like, he doesn't look like the animals don't look like they're in discomfort. It's like, did you look at the animals first, or did you?
Back from that shit,
That's
then I
like
would assume.
It's like, well, maybe you should assume less.
Either way, I have a deep love for animals and nature.
It's like, but you don't allow them to heal themselves.
It's always good to give assistance.
And it's like, not when it's forced. And like this time now, he actually is turning around and getting up. It's like, yeah, assistance is all well and good, but when you force their hand, it's not really assistance anymore now, is it?
Well, I can always commune to them and ask them what they want.
Okay. And it's like, well, go ahead. And then he's like, he walks away.
Okay, I sit down and talk to the animals. I cast Speak with Animals. I'll click that real quick. Hold on.
So, but you know, he's giving you the eyeball, like, you know, this man is crazy. He clearly can't talk with animals. He's just acting insane. Because he doesn't know you're a druid. He just met you.
Also, before everyone going further, you can actually use that as a ritual.
I asked them how they are feeling.
Okay, so
He doesn't use a spell slot for
they're
that.
pretty they're pretty sure they need some sort of help. I mean, you know, the stable hand can do so much, but they want help.
What kind of help?
Anything to, it's really just things to take the pain away and just, you know, because like the mule, like a lot of them have cuts on their legs. You can notice that it's from things like talon marks, so that they couldn't run. The other ones have slashes on their bodies where it looks like pieces of flesh have been taken out. Like some of them have bite marks.
What does it look like the Stable Master is seeing?
What does it look like the stable? You'd have to ask him. That I don't know.
Because, well, what's his, like, I don't know.
Most of the wounds have been patched up. Like they are, like he's it looks like a lot of the wounds have been cleaned up. They're still there in the raw, and some of them have been bandaged, but doesn't look like he had bandaged all of them.
Stable Master.
Okay. Well, it's like, what do you? So you just say his name, just it's like, well, spit it out, just because you called him and he's just looking at you. It's like, well, spit it out.
These animals, they are asking for help, and they do wish that healing, it seems.
It's like, well, go heal them. And it's like, he's just sitting in a chair and he's like drinking something. It's like, well, heal them.
Okay. I'll spawn in some more good berries.
Yes.
That's my first level spell slots.
So, okay, so there you go.
But I can always cast that second
Wait.
level.
Therefore, you can you actually use Speak with Animals as a ritual.
Yeah.
Like spell.
Ah, right, I
Then-
get it
then
done
you-
that.
How long does a ritual last usually? Just
It takes
10 minutes
takes
to cast.
10
10 minutes. So you're just sitting there for 10 minutes talking to these animals. And all the while the stable master thinks you're crazy, and then you say, I can they need healing, and then he just says, and then he just kind of waves you off saying, oh, well, they'll heal them then. Just you crazy bastard, just heal them. He didn't say those
Okay.
words, but it's like, just heal them. But you can tell he's being an asshole about it.
Fine, I guess.
So you conjured that up, and then like he leaps from his chair. He's like, "What is this witchcraft? What are you doing?"
It's not witchcraft, it's
Yes.
druidry.
It's like, druid. So
Yes.
so you're a druid. You don't
Absolutely.
look like any druid I've ever met. Well, then again, I've never met a druid, so
I would see that, yeah.
so you conjured good berries, and you're just gonna pass them out again.
Yeah.
Okay, so passed out. Again, as soon as it makes contact, you see wounds are closing, and they're able to stand and things like where most of them were lying down. Now, many of them can stand up.
Then give him a good pet.
Okay, so then there's other things like, you know, the cat's crowding around your leg, and the mule is kind of like tapping you with its head and its snout.
I'm petting these animals as they come near me. They can still talk to me for another 10 minutes.
Yep. So, I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, they're just showing gratitude.
I know. I'm like, if you go back into the woods, I'd like you to spread my name.
And so, like, it's like, but we
If
don't
you-
want to go back. This is like the wolf
What?
speaking. It's like, we don't want to go back. You know, the nature, we've been hurt in nature. Why would we ever go back? Especially
Well,
when we
I
can
have
stay
a-
here. They give us food. They give us shelter. Why would we go back
Yes,
into
but-
nature?
They also need the same thing you do, and it's not in high supply here.
Okay, so it's like it doesn't seem that way. It's just it seems like they have the food for us. They have water and drink and everything.
Yes,
So,
yes.
That's and we will pull our weight if
As
we
you-
must. But we're not going back into the wild.
You most likely will have to pull your weight.
Okay, so
And I look to the mules, most likely you the most, though, if I'm speaking the most literal terms.
okay, so the mule he's confused at that. It's like, what do you mean?
You will be most likely used to be pulling carts and such.
Okay, so it's like as though like the mule just kind of shakes his head, and like the weird flapping thing that horses do. And it's like, well, I didn't see any carts when I walked in here, so that puts that aside. Very simple creature.
Yes, I can see that.
So the path he literally they was walk this way and then inside the barn. So of course he's not going to see any carts around.
But then I just look and tell them, I hope you all feel better soon. And I hope you feel good now.
And it's like, we're fine now. Just we're not leaving. We're not. This is our home now.
I'm
Better
not
than
asking you to
out
leave.
there.
I'm not asking you to leave.
Why did you go deep voice on that? I'm not asking you to leave.
I wasn't trying to. I was
That's
just
creepy.
looking down. I was looking down and something was kind of like messing with my throat.
Okay.